Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a very famous concept in chemistry that bothers a lot of students called stoichiometry. So I know this concept is famously problematic for a lot of students. So, but we'll try to work through it. I'll try to make it as easy as I can for you. I'm going to simplify it as much as possible. So stoichiometry, basically, what it is trying to analyze a reaction and trying to figure out how much mass of something do I need to produce this mass of a product or something like that, or how much reactant was needed to produce this much product, vice versa. So just a general reaction that I'm going to use here is my favorite: methane plus oxygen gets you CO2 plus H2O. Okay, just a standard combustion reaction here. And once you balance it, and you will need to balance it, it looks like this. So we're going to do a stoichiometry reaction here. Okay, I want to figure out um, how much methane and how much oxygen do I need to produce 10 grams of CO2. Okay, this is just a standard stoichiometry reaction that you could be given. You could be given an amount of product and be asked to calculate how many reactants or how much um, product you're going to form. And actually, that might be better for us to do. It might be more like useful. So let's just say I have 10 grams of methane. Okay, and I want to know how much oxygen do I need to react with that 10 grams of methane to react it to completion. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how many grams of oxygen do I need to totally be able to react that 10 grams. Because if you don't have oxygen for a combustion reaction, it doesn't work, right? When you smother a flame, it dies out because you're not letting oxygen go to it. So if I just try to figure this out, the way I'm gonna have to use moles to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna write up the formulas for moles here and how to exchange it with mass. So moles times molar mass equals mass, and this is done in grams. And also vice versa, mass divided by molar mass equals moles. Okay, so I got 10 grams of methane right here. So what I'm going to do is divide it by methane's molar mass in order to find the moles of methane. So 10 grams divided by methane's molar mass of 16 equals, I guess that would just be 1.16, right? Am I doing that math right? I should probably plug it in the calculator. 0.625. 0.625 grams. Okay, so that's how many grams we have, or sorry, moles of methane we have, because I divided it by the molar mass. So this is moles. Okay, so I want to figure out how many moles and how many grams of oxygen I need to completely get this reaction all the way done. And the way that I do that is by multiplying what I want over what I have once I'm in moles. I can only do this once I'm in moles. So if I want to get to oxygen, I have to multiply it by what I want, which is oxygen, and it has a coefficient of 2, over what I have. And CH4 has a coefficient of 1. So I multiply by 2 over 1. 0.625 multiplied by 2 over 1, or just 2, is 1.25. Okay, so 1.25 moles of oxygen gas is how much I need. Okay, and if I want to convert that into mass, the way I would do that is by using oxygen gas's molar mass, which is 32. So 1.25 times 32 equals 40. Okay, so that's how I would find out the number of grams that I need to, so I need 40 grams of oxygen to react with 10 grams of methane. Otherwise, the reaction won't go to completion. Okay. And also, this is something that might be interesting for you. This, if I have more than 40 grams of oxygen present, then CH4 is what's called a limiting reactant. And what that means is the reaction is limited by the amount of the limiting reactant, which in this case is methane. So the reaction can only go forward as far as the limiting reactant allows it. So even if I have a ton of oxygen, if I only have 10 grams of methane, the reaction can only produce products that are equivalent to 10 grams of methane. Okay, that are corresponding to 10 grams of methane. So if I have any more than 40 grams, I know that oxygen is in excess. Okay. And you always want to use the limiting reactant first when you're calculating masses of other substances. So it's good to figure out the limiting reactant first. Let's just say the amount of oxygen given was 44 grams. I would know, okay, the methane is a limiting reactant. So I have to use methane if I want to calculate the amount of products that were produced. So always use the limiting reactant and figure out what that is first. Okay. Let me think. Is there anything else I want to say about that? That's about it, I think.